You're standing at the window in the evening, waiting. Your cat is somewhere out there, but she just doesn't come home. At first, you stay calm. She'll show up any minute.
Kitty!
You call her name from the back door.
Where are you?
Then you grab a flashlight and start walking through the neighborhood, calling and searching. An hour passes, 2, 3. With every glance at the empty street, your worry grows. What if something happened? What if she never comes back? For many cat parents, this is the worst nightmare. Your cat disappears, and you have no idea why or where she went. Is she hurt? Did someone take her? Or did she choose to leave you on purpose? That's what this video is about. The situations in which a cat decides on her own to leave forever. But before we go there, we need to clear up one common misconception. Not every disappearance automatically means your cat truly ran away. When a cat suddenly doesn't come home, our first thought usually isn't she ran away. In reality, there are many other possibilities. Some of them we don't even want to think about. Outdoor cats in particular often face situations they can't control. Sometimes they get lost while chasing a fascinating scent or a mouse, especially if they're not used to roaming outside and only got out by accident. Other cats get trapped by mistake, in a garage, a shed, or even a stranger's basement. And then there are the sad cases, an accident, or a person who deliberately takes the cat. So before you even consider that your cat may have run away, you need to rule out all these other scenarios. Most cat lovers do this instinctively. It's always the very first step when a cat goes missing. Whether a cat truly chooses to leave for good depends a lot on how she lives and on her past experiences. There's a big difference between strictly indoor cats and outdoor explorers. Indoor cats who have never been outside almost never run away on purpose. If they escape, through an open window or a door left ajar, they usually panic quickly. The strange smells, sounds, and dangers overwhelm them. Most of these cats hide very close to home, too scared to come back. They didn't run away because they wanted to leave you. They simply don't know how to find their way home. Outdoor cats, on the other hand, know their territory well. They have regular routes, favorite spots, and safe hiding places. When a cat like this suddenly disappears for good, it's a much more serious sign. In this case, you need to look closely. Did something at home drive her away? Or did something outside lure her to stay elsewhere? To answer that, we need to explore what might go wrong, either inside or outside the home. When a cat decides on her own not to return, there's always a deeper reason. Cats are creatures of habit. They stay where they feel safe, where they're fed, where their humans and familiar scents are. For a cat to abandon all that, something must strongly disturb that balance. Or she must see more benefits elsewhere. The causes generally fall into two categories: problems at home, temptations from the outside world. If problems at home continue for a long time, a cat may begin to feel unwelcome or unsafe. On the flip side, a new territory or a friendly neighbor can also lure her away. Let's start by looking at what can go wrong inside your own four walls, because often, the key to why a cat leaves is found right where she should feel most secure. For cats, home is supposed to be their safe harbor, the place where they rest, eat, and simply be cats. But when that safe space is filled with ongoing stress, even the strongest bond can start to crack. One of the most common reasons: constant noise or conflict. Cats are extremely sensitive to emotional tension. Loud arguments, frequent visitors, or a chaotic, restless environment can make them feel deeply unsafe. What seems like normal background noise to us can feel like pure, unending stress to them. Conflicts with other cats are another major factor. In multi-cat households, serious tension can develop. If one cat is constantly bullied or excluded, she may eventually seek out a new territory where she can live peacefully. Lack of food or proper care can also play a role. If a cat often goes hungry or senses that her basic needs aren't being met, she'll lose trust. In the wild, she would simply find a better hunting ground, and she might do exactly that in the human world too. For an outdoor cat, that means just not coming back. For an indoor cat, it might even mean trying to bolt out a door or window if the chance arises. Finally, there's the issue of emotional connection. If a cat has never truly bonded with her human, there's little reason for her to stay. Cats don't run away when they feel loved, understood, and respected. They leave when they've already emotionally detached, or when that deep bond never formed in the first place. Sometimes, the reason a cat disappears isn't inside the home. It's out there in the world. Cats are naturally curious. When they roam, they encounter endless new stimuli, scents, sounds, other animals. This adventurous spirit is usually harmless, but it can also make home seem less appealing over time. A common example is a more exciting territory. If a cat discovers an area with more prey, fewer rivals, or better hiding spots, she may gradually abandon her old territory. This is especially true in neighborhoods with many outdoor cats. Constant territory battles and stress in her own area can push her to seek happiness elsewhere. Humans outside the household can also play a huge role. Maybe a neighbor offers especially tasty food, or even welcomes her inside. For the cat, this becomes a second home, and over time, she may decide to stay there permanently. Young, confident cats are especially prone to wander purely out of adventure seeking. Unneutered cats are at the highest risk of roaming far, sometimes as much as 3 miles from home, driven by instincts to mate or explore. Sometimes a cat doesn't disappear because home is bad or because nature calls. A very common reason is feeding by other people. Some well-meaning neighbors offer irresistible treats or even invite the cat inside. For the cat, this creates a second home, and cats can be very practical. Wherever there's food, warmth, and affection, they feel welcome. If this new bond becomes stronger than the old one, the cat may decide to stay there for good, even if she never ran away in the traditional sense. That's why it's so important to think carefully before feeding a cat you don't know. Is she truly a stray with no home? Or just roaming so far that none of the immediate neighbors recognize her? The best way to keep your cat from disappearing for good is to make your home as safe and attractive as possible. Cats stay where they feel loved, secure, and understood. Make sure your cat always has plenty of high-quality food and fresh water. A full food bowl isn't everything, but it's an important factor that prevents her from seeking meals elsewhere. Just as important is emotional connection. Spend time with her, play with her, pet her, but respect her boundaries. A cat who feels seen and understood will naturally seek your company. Minimize sources of stress as much as possible. Arguments between people, constant noise, or conflict between cats can make a cat withdraw or even abandon her territory entirely. In multi-cat households, it helps to provide multiple safe spaces, separate feeding stations, and enough resources so there's no competition. Ultimately, when all basic needs are met, it often comes down to one thing: the bond between you and your cat. A strong bond is the most powerful reason for a cat to stay, no matter what temptations the outside world offers. And if you give me just 8 more minutes, I'll show you how to make your cat love you more than ever before. Click on the image on your screen to get started.